This was not just an old army jeep. This was the Jonga, a machine that began life as a Nissan Patrol and ended up becoming one of the Indian Army's most recognizable battlefield vehicles. The story starts in Japan. In 1960, Nissan introduced the Patrol 60 series, a tough body-on-frame, four-wheel drive vehicle built for rough terrain, bad roads, and places where comfort was not exactly the main concern. India noticed. After the lessons of the early 1960s, the Army needed rugged mobility, something stronger than a soft utility vehicle, but simpler and tougher than anything delicate. So, the Patrol came to India. Vehicle Factory Jabalpur began producing it under collaboration with Nissan. And that is where the name came from, Jonga. Jabalpur Ordnance and Gun Carriage Assembly. Not exactly poetic, but very, very Indian Army. Under the bonnet sat a large six-cylinder petrol engine around 4 liters in capacity, driving all 4 wheels through a simple, heavy-duty transmission. It was not refined, it was not economical. It was not trying to be your friend, but it could take punishment, and that mattered. In service, the Jonga became more than transport. It was used for patrols, reconnaissance, command movement, ambulance duties, and weapons carriage. Some carried recoilless guns. Some were adapted for anti-tank missile roles, including Milan missile teams. And in the hands of special forces, it became something more dangerous. A fast-moving desert platform, simple, rugged, repairable, and very hard to stop. Its most legendary chapter came in 1971, the Chachro Raid. Deep inside the desert sector of Sindh, 10 para-special forces carried out one of the Indian Army's most daring long-range desert raids. Moving by night, striking fast, hitting enemy positions, and creating confusion far beyond the front line. The Jonga was exactly the kind of vehicle such terrain demanded. Not glamorous, not sophisticated, just brutally useful. Years later, during the IPKF period in Sri Lanka and in Kashmir, vehicles like the Jonga were again associated with Indian special forces and field mobility in difficult conditions. Different battlefield, same basic requirement: move men, carry weapons, survive abuse, and keep going. That was the Jonga's talent. It had quirks, of course. The steering was heavy, the ride was agricultural, the fuel consumption was not so much a figure as a moral failing. And yet soldiers trusted it, because in the field, charm is irrelevant, reliability is everything. By the late 1990s, the Jonga was gradually phased out, replaced by lighter and newer Indian Army vehicles. Production ended. Military service faded, but the legend did not. Today, restored Jongas are collector machines. Some are modified, some are preserved, some are remembered by soldiers with the strange affection usually reserved for difficult animals. Because the Jonga was never elegant, it was never subtle, it was never comfortable, but it did what mattered. It went where it was told. It carried what it was given. And when the Army needed a machine that could take punishment without complaint, the Jonga simply got on with the job. That is why it is remembered. Not as a car, but as a soldier with wheels.